So next, I will talk about the Gold Humanism Honor Society. So full disclosure, I am part of the GHHS at Davis, as well as Christina. She is a member too. So what is the Gold Humanism Honor Society? It is a national medical honor society that recognizes individuals who are exemplars of humanistic patient care and who can serve as role models, mentors, leaders in medicine. It honors medical students, residents, fellows, and role model physician teachers who demonstrate excellence in humanistic clinical care, leadership, compassion, and dedication to service. So I had no idea what GHHS was until, similar to Nikki, I got an email about it, and I was so I'll kind of talk about the process of what GHHS does, and it's actually like a peer-led initiative. So what's the application process? So top 25% of each class after receiving nominations from your peers. And what that looks like is like towards like the middle end of your third year, our chapter will send out a mass email to your listserv that includes different opportunities for you to nominate your peers. So people who you think would be excellent physicians, like people who you would pick as your own doctor, people who have shown like leadership in your class or like in the hospital, or like, for example, like someone that you will always call to in an emergency situation. And then at the end, it actually also allows you to nominate a resident that you worked with during your third year who you think is also fulfills those qualities, as well as a faculty member. And so, yeah, it's, honestly, like it's really a peer-led initiative. So like students are nominating other students. So after we get the nominations, we then send out a supplemental application, which I will show you guys. And from that supplemental application, 15% of those nominees are accepted to be inducted into the society. So similar to AOA, like it's based on academic eligibility, scholarship, leadership, character, professionalism, and community institutional services. We don't use any, however, we don't use any like objective information in the sense of like step scores or honors and clerkships, or like grades in like the clinical or preclinical years. And you can also, and then whoever is part of GHHS can be part of the screening and selection meeting. So I'm a chart person, so I like to see exactly what's going on. So around December, a nomination form is sent to your entire class via email, and then everyone in your class can like submit nominees, and you can only fill it out once, and you can nominate, I think, up to like 5 to 10 people. And then from those nominees, the top 25%, so basically the people who got the most nominations are sent a supplemental application. And those applications are screened anonymously by faculty and current fourth year GHHS members. And from those, we have 15% who are inducted into the Gold Humanism Honor Society. So what does a supplemental application look like? So there's 3 components. The first component is learning about your different extracurricular activities at Davis. So community service, institutional service, as well as leadership. And then we ask you to talk about them briefly, as well as highlight your top 5 experiences. And then we also have you answer essay prompt questions. They change every year, and we kind of reflecting on either like a patient encounter or what the core values of GHHS mean to you, along those lines. And then the third thing is you have to waive your access for us to access your evaluations for third year. So what have people said about you? Like what have your attendings, your residents said about you, like focusing on like your humanistic characteristics and are aligning with the society. So benefits of GHHS. First of all, so this is a screenshot like from my ERAS application. Similar to AOA, there's like an automatic button built into the ERAS application where you can select if you were a member of AOA, a member of GHHS, or if your school doesn't have either of those. And then it automatically populates that you're a member of either society. So what are some benefits? International recognition of humanistic achievement. It's a well-known honor society throughout the country and world, and many medical schools have chapters. I mentioned the residency application form. There are leadership development opportunities like within the chapter to take initiative of different talks or initiatives. We have chapter awards and grants through the National Society. There's some opportunity to network and form some mentoring connections. They also have professional conferences, lectures, and workshops. And then also some resources to promote humanistic care in the community. So I know there's like a resident care appreciation week, as well as like a time in the hospital where people can go in and talk one-on-one with patients. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about like something that made me uneasy about GHHS. It essentially kind of does sound like a popularity contest, like whoever gets the most nominees can get like, you know, essentially get selected as the first top 25%. So, I mean, as a member of GHHS this year, like I really want to encourage people to truly think about the questions and pick people that they truly feel fit into the qualities that we're asking for and nominating for, as well as I think the evaluations from your attendings and residents really speak to what people are. And it's just historically, GHHS is known to be a little bit more diverse in the people who are accepted and inducted. So it's a little bit more, has a history of being a little bit more inclusive in that matter.